Welcome back to A Minute with Michael. Today we're going to take a brief look at Proposition 19, which anyone in California probably remembers was passed in November. I'm Michael Edlen, and I'm a local Palisades real estate expert. Happy to answer questions at any time that we can. So let's take a look at the proposition, how it used to be, and some of the changes that are in place now. For many people, the biggest change that this created has to do with inherited properties. The problem before is that when expensive, highly appreciated properties were inherited, the children, or grandchildren in some cases, didn't live in the house. They chose to rent it, and in some cases for very high amounts every month. This, of course, didn't benefit the local counties with property tax increase, and the properties kept going like that for years. With the new law in place, the property tax base can be transferred forward to a child or grandchild, provided that they live there. If they're not going to live there and rent it, then they lose that opportunity to keep the old property tax in place. In that case, the property tax will increase, and the amount that it increases is also uses a formula. There's an exemption of up to $1 million on the difference, and then anything above that would have an increased property tax. That increase is adjusted for inflation every 2 years. If the replacement property is of the same value or lesser, the rules stay the same as they used to be. If someone qualifies by being over age 55 or severely disabled, they take their whole property tax base forward. If, on the other hand, the property being purchased is of a higher value, before it couldn't be used at all as a property tax transfer forward. Now, someone is able to take the property tax from the previous to the new property, provided that it happens within a 2-year period, and there's a slight increase in the property tax based on the difference between what the old assessed value was and what the new one is. So it's a bit of a formula to calculate it, but basically people can still transfer property tax base forward with a slight increase based on the difference. Before this proposition, you could only take your property tax base forward one time. The new is 3 times. Before, when you'd move from one county to another, it had to be one of only about 7 or 8 counties that cooperated with each other. Otherwise, your property tax base couldn't be taken forward excepting in the county you lived in already. It still only applies to people who are over age 55 or severely disabled, or if they've had a problem created by natural hazards like wildfires. Now, it's really important, if any of these situations may apply to you or your family, always highly recommend before you take action, check with your own either legal expert, tax expert in the field of real estate. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found it interesting, and please remember to subscribe. Click on the button below, and you won't miss any future videos. See you next time.